Mother Island, your bones, your flesh, that which is and always has been yours, beyond the empires that lusted over you, who possessed and trapped you. Resilience is now a concept defined by you. We are embers from the bonfires in Playa Combate. Family, legacy, culture, these are motion, how we must honor the spirits of our ancestors and lift up the ones who come next, the woke children who tug on the abuela's skirts. Family, legacy, culture. This is the beginning of a poem called Satellite to Mother Island, in tribute to Puerto Rico. I'm Shey Rivera, from Puerto Rico to Providence, Rhode Island. Two very distinct landscapes defined by their closeness to water. I live between geographies, between languages, between genders and cultures. That is a reality of many people that live in this country. So as an artist, I often get asked, oh, do you draw? Do you paint? And I shrug, I say no. I make things, and I create experiences with other people. I like when I'm asked, though, because it puts me in the awkward situation of having to explain what I do, you know? But why do I think art and creativity are so important? You see, to me, and to many of us, creativity and art are voice. They are presence. They are hope and vision. Art and creativity are the ways in which we can lift up the stories that were left untold. We could talk about our day-to-day struggles. We could talk about and celebrate our identities. And I'm going to share with you a few examples of how I've told my story and helped and collaborated with others to tell theirs. So the first example I'll share with you is called Luna Loba. Yeah, I hear that. So Luna Loba is a performance circle. Artists of all mediums, of all experiences and identities come together and make and create work brought together by a prompt that connects us, and we can talk about what transformation means, what new beginnings mean, how do we commune and create work together. This has become a very safe and brave and important space for many people to come and create. Why is that important? To me, performance artists and performance and live arts have something to teach us. You know, sometimes we live too much in our heads and get trapped in our intellect, but we're more than that. We're more than the mind. We are our body, we are our ancestors, we are roots, we are knowledge. There is so much in every one of our cells, and we often it's helpful to be present and experience that. People learn differently, people express differently, people feel differently. And these circles that bring us together in our differences, I feel just allow us to connect in such meaningful ways. Thank you. A second example I'll share with you is more of a community forum situation. So as a creative empath trying to make sense of the world, my place in this country, all the things that have happened, the environmental disasters, so many things, I did what anyone would do. I posted on social media. Went crazy. I posted about immigration, about Americanization, about climate change, about gender. And all of a sudden, my social media feed just went crazy. Everybody was commenting, there was dialogue, there was exchange, there was a lot of tension, people fighting with each other. And it made me think, you know, there are so many things that we're going through right now, so many big issues that weigh on us, and we often don't have the time to share that space with other people and talk through them and process, but also we're not necessarily engaging with people who have a different perspective than ours. So then I started to think, you know, we all work so hard every day, we have families, we have so many things to do, but how about we just carve that space? So I responded, and I wrote, hey y'all, it's so great that this is happening, that we're talking about all these things. How about we take it offline? How about we come together, have coffee and pastries? We decided on a date at AS220, where I am a part of, and the response was huge. So many people responded, yes, we want that space, we want to come together and talk. And the day came, and a community of people showed up. We made a promise to respect each other, to not assume that we will all have the same point of view, and to be listened to, and to share the things that have been weighing on us, and ask our partners and our friends what they thought about these issues, and did they experience them in the same way. That was truly powerful. And I feel like offline is something so simple and so important, and it doesn't have to happen in a cultural center. It can happen in your home, in your school, in your bed with your partner. It can happen anywhere, but it's so important to carve that space of empathy and creation, of co-creation and dialogue with people. So a third project I want to share with you is called Fantasy Island. And Fantasy Island became a very special project to me personally as an artist and a person from Puerto Rican roots and ancestry living in the diaspora now. With everything happened, the fiscal crisis, the environmental issues, so many big issues impacting a full community and nation of people. The question was, what can I do to help? I feel so small. And I figured, well, I'm an artist, I can communicate, I can create. Let's just put that to the test. And Fantasy Island was birthed. And it became this experience that was not just an immersive installation. It was community forums, it was panel discussions, it was collaborative exhibits, it was digital media. It was so many different pieces brought together by not just me, but a whole community and network of artists. Collaborations with art activists, with artists and other organizations that were doing work not only in the island, but also outside in the diaspora and allies as well. This was really meaningful to me and to many people, and I feel like that is one of the best examples of my work becoming responsive to a social cause. I feel like that's a really great way to weave what Luna, Loba, and Offline were doing. You know, creating space for people to heal and make and create together, but also having conversations and not treating art as if it's something inaccessible, something you can't touch, something you're not a part of. No, art is part of our stories. Our stories are art, and we use the tools that we have to elevate that. So, in thinking about this, I often think about art in collaboration with so many people. To me, co-creation is radical. It is a space when we could come together in our humanities and learn about each other. I learn about my stories, about my ancestors, my roots. I learn about your stories, your journeys, and we start exploring how we intersect. We create friendship, we create empathy, and we get to know each other in ways that are very different, so that we can create just and equitable communities and cities. Art is voice. Voice is when we plant the flag. If we feel comfortable, if we say, I am here, other people say, I am here too. I'm like, oh, you're here too? I'll be with you. We come together in community. It becomes signifier. It becomes symbol. We exist in this city. We are visible. That becomes pride. That becomes ownership. That becomes investment in the collective betterment of all of us. And that leads to things like, thank you. That's so meaningful. But those are the things that really truly lead to civic engagement and things like economic development. We really need spaces to be heard, to be listened to, and to celebrate who we are. And that's why co-creation is radical. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shey.